Hello, I am going to give you a walkthrough of what an operating system can look like in Notion, specifically for the founder that is scaling. So here you see a operating system template in Notion. You've got a operating system dashboard homepage, right? So a lot of times this will function as your company home where all employees will have access to this dashboard page. And one of the things I love to do is to actually build out these different areas in your operating system in this like gallery view, which kind of looks like big buttons. And this is super, super mobile friendly, which allows you to navigate your operating system obviously incredibly well on a computer and a big screen, but also on Notion's phone app. So they have an app for Android and for Apple devices. And in the way that I design operating systems in Notion, it makes it so it's incredibly mobile friendly, which is, imperative in this day and age. We should be able to access and continue our work on our phones and on our computers. So this is the dashboard page. You'll see it has kind of the hubs or the areas within your operating system. Again, my operating systems I build for clients are completely custom, but oftentimes it's built upon these kind of 6 foundational areas: some sort of task manager, task and project manager, content marketing, or just marketing in general, note taking. So this would be meeting agendas that then turn into notes after the meeting occurs. Then some sort of PRM. You may have heard CRM. I like to refer to it as PRM, people relationship management. I think having your entire network and not just client relationship management is incredibly powerful. And then some sort of SOPs or standard operating procedure. This is so that as you continue to grow and scale, not only are you able to document your processes, that secret sauce of what makes you and your business unique, but it also allows you to streamline onboarding when you hire new people and create those steps for them to get onboarded, right? And then lastly is a goals area where not only can you set goals for the business, but set monthly milestones and track progress, assign goals and milestones to certain individuals on your team for ownership and accountability. This is an awesome platform. I often create dashboards for the CEOs and different people within the organization as well, which you don't see here, as well as a variety of other areas dependent on client needs. But this is just a really good starting point to kind of see what an operating system could look like. And this is, I think, where a lot of people go wrong when they start using Notion. Maybe they download a few templates or they start building themselves kind of these siloed pages or areas, but nothing is connected and there's no like fluid foundation to get back to the home or to navigate places. And so with my approach in Notion, building these operating systems, you're actually able to get pretty much anywhere in your business in less than 2 clicks, which I think is super powerful. So in addition to having the hubs or the areas here to navigate throughout, we also have buttons on the left. And so we add or remove buttons depending on the client's need. But these are essentially automations happening in the background utilizing templates that we've designed. So anytime you want to add a new task, you can click this button and it'll automatically add a new task to your task manager. And this is intentionally designed in the upper left corner because on the Notion app on your phone, this is the first thing you see. So you see everything on the left first and then everything on the right. So it's really intentionally designed this way. So we've got our buttons, a variety of buttons. We can create these custom and we can utilize and pull templates in the background so you're not starting from scratch every time. So these are things that you do often in your business, and we want to streamline those so that you can do them quickly and you don't need to waste time customizing properties and things like that. So we pull templates in the background and you can just continue your task, whatever it is, jotting something down, adding a new goal, adding a new milestone, whatever it can be. We have those buttons here, and these are the quick buttons. Then a lot of times this is kind of dependent. This template that we're looking at right now is more for a solopreneur. And so a lot of times we'll have some sort of daily ritual, whatever that looks like for them. But what are maybe the 3, the 4 non-negotiables they want to do every morning? If this is a company dashboard, I definitely wouldn't have something like that. And then we get into notes. So love having a filtered view of your notes, recent notes. So these are filtered so that you see the most recent at the top, and it's only showing a handful, right? We don't need to see every single note we've ever created. It's just helpful to see that up in front so you can reference notes as you create them. Then we also, again, all customizable, but I often will have an area for links. So these are links to other pages, websites, places that you reference often. That you don't want to have to go into, open your browser and go look into a bookmarks folder. You should be able to access these really quickly right here. So we add all your quick links here. These could be other tools in your tech stack, your website, the back end of your website, just all the places that you might need to access often. We've got some flexibility for a custom section here. And then I always love, if it makes sense for the client, obviously, to include an appointment links, right? So your booking links, whether you use Calendly or cal.com or whatever, right? There's a million of them, but pulling your booking links and having those really quick to copy from your dashboard page is super helpful. So if I'm building, like a CEO specific dashboard and there's multiple employees that will be using the Notion workspace, I would not have this on the company page. Again, this one is built for more of a solopreneur with maybe like a VA. But if you are having multiple dashboards for different employees, each employee would have this on their dashboard with their booking links. But like, let's say your assistant, we would want her to have your booking links, easily available because she's probably sending those out to people. So all customizable, but it's all about having the right information at your fingertips in your Notion workspace so that you can get where you need to go quickly. All right, so let's dive into some of these hubs and areas. Let's go Task Manager first. So this is a really beautiful way to organize your tasks and your projects. So we'll jump down here real quick. You can view, these are like your project, all active projects at a glance. You can view completion or progress bar here. This is determined and auto-calculated based on the tasks. And when they are set to done, then you see more of this completion bar fill in. So this is a great snapshot. We often will do a snapshot like this on a CEO dashboard so they can see really like 30,000 foot view, what's going on with all the key top high priority projects and what's the status, eliminating the need for like another email or an outreach asking, where are we at with this? Where are we at with this? Instead, people are empowered to just dive right in and take a peek or open their dashboard and quickly see where you stand with certain projects. We also have Task Snapshot. And again, these views can be totally customized based on the type of information you want to see. So let's say you're like, you know what? In terms of properties, I don't really want to see the project. That's too much detail. And actually, I don't really even want to see the priority. I just want to see the task and I want to see who it's assigned to. And you know what? I don't like this little sticky note icon. That's way too much. Let's take off show page icon. We want to keep this really clean. Looks like I added in a few examples here, probably when I was demoing this for somebody. So I'm going to clean that up now, but see how easy it is to just like delete stuff. If you want to move things over to different status, super easy to do that as well. Click and drag, everything's super flexible. And I love this Kanban board view because you're able to organize tasks by status and can easily shift things, as they get complete, right? So this is the task and project. We also have like a week view, task coming up this week. Currently nothing is set to this week in this demo, but obviously in your business, you would have tasks showing this week. Another huge opportunity to like power up your productivity is if you opt to use Notion Calendar, you can actually sync your tasks database in Notion with your Notion Calendar, and you can see your tasks as long as you add a due date to your tasks, you can see them on your calendar automatically. So this is layered over your Google Calendar, right, with all your current events. It becomes hugely powerful and it really adds this level of automation to time blocking that you wouldn't have otherwise if you were manually loading all your tasks into your calendar. Plus, if you need to change things or a task didn't get done on a certain day or you need some more time for it, you can easily edit your tasks from your Notion calendar and it will dynamically sync with this database here in Notion. Super powerful. So I think this is beneficial for solopreneurs, but this gets even more imperative to have systems like this, powerful systems like this, when you start hiring a team and you've got people you're collaborating with, right? So they can always see the latest and greatest, and so that you're not wasting time updating statuses, right? It's just happening naturally as you are tweaking and adjusting things in your day, in your calendar. So this is the task manager. Again, you have those buttons on the left. You also have that back to OS home button. Like I said, we're building custom software here truly in Notion. This is custom software for you to run your business on. And so you need to have that UI UX, right? That user experience should feel really good and native and natural. So we always have like a return to OS home area so that you can get back to your home really quickly. So we're not going to dive through all of these. Maybe let's jump into notes quickly, and then we'll do goals. So notes, like I said, we can rename this depending on what the need is for the client. But generally, this is an area where maybe if you're a solopreneur, this is where you have everything, right? Notes, ideas, planning, everything goes in here. But maybe if this is a scaling company that has multiple employees in the space, this would be maybe what I'd rename as the meetings hub. And this is where we would create different templates. And we have a couple templates in here already, but we might create different templates for different types of meetings. And that would be the meeting agenda. So you don't always have to start from scratch. You've got that meeting agenda. You've got views with information that's relevant to those meeting types. So let's say you do a quarterly goals meeting. In the meeting agenda template, I would actually have a view to your goals progress just embedded in the agenda so that you don't have to then click out during your goals meeting, go to the goals area, look, okay, where are we at? The information you need is already in that meeting agenda. And then we can power it up even more by adding automations in, right? So we can repeat and automate our agenda, our templates here. So let's say we have that goals meeting. We want to meet quarterly on our goals and check in on our progress as a company. We can set this to repeat. So we can set that goals agenda to repeat, and we can set that to daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. So that will automatically repeat. A new one will be created on that quarterly cadence that you set. And you don't have to even create the meeting agenda, which is beautiful. So lots of ways to kind of power up your productivity with Notion. Again, we've got our buttons over here on the left. So these are certain meeting notes you can add based on the templates we have loaded here. But again, all customizable. And then also another way to kind of level up your organization when it comes to notes is this one level higher than a note would be your notebook, right? So you think of physical notebooks. A lot of times we've got different notebooks for different topics. Or maybe think back to like when you were in college, right? You'd have like, I always had a binder for each class. So it's kind of that same logic. This is the high level of maybe where notes would be stored. And it allows you just to have a better filtered view. You can view all notes like I have here. You can view notes by notebook or by area category. It just gives you that extra level of organization. And honestly, it's not taking up additional time because this is just a tag that you are associating with the meeting note. And a lot of times we build that into the template. So it's not even something that you need to select when you are in your daily work. Okay, so let's jump to goals. I'll take you a quick walk through goals, and you can kind of get a better idea of what this area looks like. This one I am incredibly passionate about. I love helping business owners not only set their goals intentionally, but set up a system for them to track their progress so that they can smash their goals. So that's exactly what this goals area is. You have the capability to set out quarterly goal sprints. So you set your goals on a quarterly basis. You can get a quick snapshot here of your goal progress for each quarter. And then you can even see your goals here organized by category. So do you have sales goals, lead gen goals, brand awareness goals, right? All these tags are customizable. Just got some in for example, and you can easily see, all right, what is the latest? How are we progressing on each of these goals here? So you've got that quick snapshot. And as you scroll, it just gets a little bit more detailed. So after we set our quarterly goals, I encourage clients to then set monthly milestones. And if you're familiar with OKRs, objectives and key results, this is a similar approach to that. But on a monthly basis, we want to be setting what are those milestones? What needs to happen and what measurable thing needs to happen by the end of each month for the upcoming quarter in order for me to hit that overall quarterly goal. So you'll see these milestones. You can easily check them off as you go. And these are each associated to one of these demo goals that I have loaded in this template. You also have some views down the left bar as you look where these auto-populate and will show you any milestones that are due next week or milestones due next month. So you always have like a really focused view of what you're working on right now. We've also got a calendar in here. Some people love looking in a calendar view. So we have that available as well. You can look at that in a month or in a week. So there's other areas you can dig deeper in here. Obviously, we've got our buttons in the upper left corner, and this comes back to that UI UX, right? Like we want the same thing in the same spot, the same area, so that your mind always knows where to find it. Like just if you were using some app or website, you want to have that consistency, and that's what we do in our operating systems. And you have other areas where you can dive deeper in here. We can, for example, like click into one of our quarterly sprints and you get a dashboard page. So this one is, let's see, let me do 2025 because I was just planning one of these. Let's pull up Q1 2025. And this is essentially the quarterly sprint, your quarterly goal sprint for Q1 2025. And this is a dashboard page that I've built in here. This is a template. So for every quarter that you are planning your goals for, you can easily use this dashboard. So they all look the same. And you're able to see a snapshot. You're able to add goals, add milestones, get back to the goals homepage, look at the milestones associated with just this quarter's goals, and easily navigate throughout the area, right? So it's super powerful. This is kind of like your snapshot, and it makes goal planning just like not only more powerful, but because you have this really powerful tracking system in Notion, you are way more supported and way more likely to hit those goals. So this is just a really good overview. I wanted to share this with you so you kind of had an idea of all the different areas in an operating system. These are just a few. Again, I love creating custom operating systems for female founders so that they can have exactly the system that they need, that functions exactly the way they need it to, and is designed beautifully and in a way that they actually enjoy being in this digital space. I think our digital spaces should be as intentionally created and designed as our physical spaces. And that is what I do in Notion. I hope you found this helpful, a quick overview of what an operating system can look like. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a good one.